Cat Black here. Why I support the NOPD federal consent decree. FYI, I used to be an opponent of it. I used to think that it was an onerous, liberal shackle placed upon the valiant blue warriors of the New Orleans Police Department, and with its abolition would come forth a golden age of public safety and proactive policing, totally divorced from the excesses of the past. Unfortunately, the excesses of the past still exist, even under a federal consent decree, even with an Office of Police Secondary Employment. We still saw senior NOPD officers exposed and in some cases indicted, and in one notable case not, for double dipping, clocking in on the NOPD timesheet while also either driving sports cars in one notable instance or working off-duty security details, things that the federal consent decree and the aforementioned Office of Police Secondary Employment were supposed to stop. Now, at this late date in the game, if people are still double dipping, that is yet another argument for the continuation of the federal consent decree process. And then we have the VAPI scandal, where a former executive protection detail officer for outgoing and indicted New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell has been accused by the federal government, news media, and the court of public opinion of not only having an affair with the outgoing mayor, but also padding the books and charging hours worked that were spent at best in extracurricular activity. A question that hasn't arisen was there were several police superintendents appointed by Mayor Cantrell who should have had knowledge of this very high-profile violation of the rules and should have taken action. You know, it shouldn't have to come from civilian watchdogs nor the federal government. And because of what I suspect is the quiet complicity of several police superintendents appointed by this mayor, that is perhaps the crowning reason why outside oversight in the form of a federal consent decree is still required for NOPD. The excesses of the past still exist in the present, and I contend cannot be trusted to govern themselves should the Cantrell administration, and curiously enough, the right-wing Landry administration in Baton Rouge, the governor's office, and the Trump administration get their way, and the federal consent decree, which is currently in a sustainment period for a few years, ultimately is lifted. It's very clear that the excesses of the past are still alive and well in the present in NOPD. This isn't anti-police. This is anti-police corruption.